ScreenFiles.com with my 2 cents. Today I want to talk about how I think Doctor Strange, coming November 4th from Marvel Studios, is perhaps one of their most important releases to date. But before I do, I want to talk about a little about Doctor Strange, give a little background into it. Doctor Strange was created in 1963 by Steve Ditko and first appeared in Strange Tales number 110 as a secondary story. It wasn't, even though the comic was called Strange Tales, it wasn't a Doctor Strange comic by any stretch. But the character soon grew in popularity. Doctor Strange was based upon a character known as Chandu the Magician, who was from old-time radio. I'll put a link to some old-time radio in this post. Chandu's awesome, great radio. If you're into that type of thing, great fun to listen to. Doctor Strange has also appeared on television. He appeared in, I believe it was a CBS television show called Doctor Strange, made by Philip DeGeer, who also worked on an iteration of The Twilight Zone. And it starred Peter Houghton, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it was 1978, so you're not going to get some of the best effects on Earth, but still, I actually enjoy watching that movie. It's pretty good. First off, Doctor Strange is an important movie for Marvel Studios because it's the first introduction of magic into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Prior to that movie, everything that we consider magic has been based on science. Thor has been established to be, they're aliens, not gods, and all that we consider magical about them is essentially just advanced science. It's only magical from the perspective of beings that don't understand it. It's actually science. So from Iron Man, Captain America, all the Avengers movies, it's all based on science. So what Doctor Strange is going to do is open it up to magic. And that may necessarily not have its roots in magic, in the sense of you can have otherworldly beings from other dimensions that seem magical to us. But still, the idea of magic is paramount here. And what this will do is, I think, open up the Marvel Cinematic Universe to characters like Blade, Man-Thing, Hannibal King, vampires, monsters, zombies, all these beings that have been absent from the Marvel Cinematic Universe will have an opening. That's not to say that Marvel will even put them in it, but what I'm hoping happens is that Marvel Studios realizes this and makes an opening for these characters. Perhaps something Doctor Strange does or inadvertently doesn't do results in vampirism becoming a very real threat. This way, Marvel could reintroduce a character like Blade. The third thing, I think, that makes Doctor Strange quite possibly one of the most important releases that Marvel has done so far, it's that it introduces another actor in Benedict Cumberbatch who can be a huge draw for viewers. Up to this point, we've had Robert Downey Jr., who's been great, but let's be honest, Robert Downey Jr. is expensive, and he isn't going to get cheaper. That's why there hasn't been an Iron Man 4, and there probably won't be an Iron Man 4 anytime soon. And in the past, Marvel has talked about treating the Iron Man franchise like James Bond, in which case you keep replacing actors. And Bond has done that very successfully, and it's a great template for that. But so far, we haven't seen that yet. So all the mainstays of the Marvel Cinematic Universe are, contractually speaking, running out of time. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and so on, many others. Well, those are the main ones, actually, and they're running out of time contractually. We don't know if they're going to appear in any other Marvel Studios films beyond the upcoming Infinity Wars movies. Now, Chris Evans has expressed a love for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's done wonders for his career, it enables him to do what he wants, which at this moment is directing. He stars in occasional movies, but it seems that his energies are going to be focused on directing. He can come every few years, do a Marvel movie or two, and just be done with it. He may extend his contract, he may not. I have no idea. But with Doctor Strange, Marvel's introducing a new character with a world-renowned actor who potentially could be a greater draw to viewers as maybe Iron Man or Captain America was. This is important. It grows the brand and it allows them to keep creating new worlds while maintaining that fan base. If you have any questions, any comments, let me hear them. Brian from ScreenFiles.com with my 2 cents, signing off.